Hello everyone, this is Rob, the Baseball Time Traveler. Thanks very much for joining me today. I'm going to be doing a VR for Brian over at Hodges 1455. Brian's got a great channel. I've really enjoyed watching his videos. He shows so much excitement, enthusiasm for the cards he's displaying, and I think you'll really like seeing his stuff. So if you have not already subscribed or you haven't seen any of his videos, make sure you do so. I think you'll find it very, very informative and fun to watch. Now, Brian has asked us to present a pitcher who happened to be a great hitter. And I've chosen two pitchers today. One I'm going to really focus on, and the other one I'll make it in passing at the end. But the first pitcher is one that I consider to have historical significance in the game of baseball. And that pitcher had a pretty darn good career, started in 1960. And he was the first African-American pitcher in the Boston Red Sox organization. And he made his first start in 1960, and he followed only by 1 week the first African-American everyday player, a guy by the name of Pumpsie Green, who was a second baseman. So Earl Wilson and Pumpsie Green were two historic figures in the Boston Red Sox organization. Earl also has the distinction of being the first African-American to throw a no-hitter in the American League. And he did this in June of 1962, which happened to have been on my 7th birthday. And during that no-hitter, he helped himself as a hitter by knocking a home run out of the park at Fenway. So that in and of itself, I think, is pretty distinctive. But also the fact that Earl had a tremendous pitching career. 121 total wins against 109 losses. He pitched for the Red Sox until 1966. He was traded to the Detroit Tigers. At that point, in 1967, he had his best year. He led the American League with 22 wins, and he was a member of the 1968 World Series champion Detroit Tigers, on the same pitching staff as 31-game winner Denny McLain, 17-game winner and World Series hero Mickey Lolich, and Earl himself had 13 wins during that season. He did pitch in Game 3, lost that game, but the Tigers prevailed, and Earl has that World Series championship ring. Also, Earl has the distinction of being the first pitcher to have hit a home run in both leagues, and he did that in 1970. He moved from the American League over to the National League as a member of the San Diego Padres and hit his home run off of none other than Hall of Famer Phil Niekro. Of note is that Earl hit 3 more home runs of his 35 total, 3 of them against Hall of Famers Jim Cott, Jim Palmer, and I'm drawing a blank right now, Catfish Hunter. And he also hit one off of Al Downing, who many of you may recall was the pitcher who tossed up Hank Aaron's 715th home run. So lots of moving parts there, lots of dots to connect, but it's been kind of fun to do that. Let me show you some cards. So I end up this speech. Let's go for it. Let's look at the cards. Here's Earl's rookie card from 1960. Earl actually was sent down in 1961 and spent the 61 season in the Pacific Coast League with Seattle, so he does not have a 1962 Topps card. Here's Pumpsie Green's rookie card from 1960. As I mentioned, he was a second baseman. And in 1965, Earl hit 2 home runs in 1 game on August 16th. Here's his 1965 card. He did this against the Chicago White Sox, a pitcher by the name of Joe Horland. Of note, he also hit 7 home runs twice. He did that in 1966 and in 1968. Here's Earl's 1963 card. I'll throw that in as well. So Earl had quite a career. He'd also, just of note, his home run to at-bat ratio was tremendous. He was hitting at a rate of 1 home run every 21 at-bats, which according to Major League statistics that I looked up, he would have been placed, had he been a full-time player and maintained that same pace, he would have been ranked in the top 150 to 200 of all-time hitters. That's pretty heady stuff for a pitcher. So very impressive young man. Now, second pitcher I wanted to present to you was a Hall of Famer from the 1930s and early 1940s with the New York Yankees. This would be none other than Red Ruffing. And Red had quite a pitching career, 273 wins. I think he threw 335 complete games out of 500-something starts. I mean, that's just tremendous. You'll never see that today. But he also, at the time of his retirement, he had 36 home runs in the bank, and that would have put him only behind Wes Farrell, Warren Spahn, and Bob Lemon as the all-time hitters. Now, Earl, you could argue, would be maybe the leading hitter in the post-expansion era of the 1960s. So I'm just throwing that in for your consideration, but I hope you've enjoyed this VR. Brian, again, I wish you all the best of luck. You're going to blow through 200 subscribers if you haven't already done so at this by the time this video posts. Wish you all the best, and thank you everyone for watching. I wish you all the best as well. Thanks very much, and take care.